Chat, what's going on with your jawline? Julian here from Jawline Theory. In this video, I wanted to talk about some stuff that will be going down in the upcoming Classic Physique division. Whenever you have a reigning champ who suddenly decides to retire, that creates a vacuum. And so a lot of guys right now are training their butts off in order to fill that spot. Some of the top contenders, I believe, could be Terrence Ruffin, maybe Mike Sommerfeld. Some guys are talking about Dino, maybe Miracle Bear. But I really think this is going to be between Ruff Diesel and Mike Sommerfeld. Based on who the judges decide to crown as Mr. Olympia in the Classic division, this could really set the tone for the upcoming look of future Mr. Olympias. Don't forget, when Dorian was crowned, he really set the stage for the mass monster. You had guys who were equally mass monsters come up with him, right? Nasser, even later on, Marcus Rule, Jean-Pierre Fuchs, and a few other guys. I'm not saying that Mike Sommerfeld is by any means a mass monster. He's a big dude, very symmetrical though. He has a beautiful physique, great aesthetics, thin waist. I urge you to check out some of his YouTube videos where he talks about what he does to maintain that thin waistline. He actively does exercises on a daily basis to trim that waist and keep it nice and small. Now, as for Terrence, I really like his physique because to me, he spells classic. In fact, both of these guys, I'm not gonna lie, Terrence, Mike, these guys have like beautiful symmetry, but very different bodies. Now, I love the packages that Ruff Diesel has been putting forward the last couple of months. He's made dramatic improvements in his physique. Most notably, he talks about some of the improvements he's made in his back, his hamstrings. He seems to be obsessed with his hamstrings. I think he found the secret cheat code to developing those grainy, almost like hanging hamstrings. Now, if you want to know what he's doing, check out the Overcome podcast. That's hosted by Leo. He's a classic guy, and he's had some phenomenal guests. I'll leave the link in the description, give him a shout out. But nonetheless, Terrence has made some dramatic improvements in his physique, his back, his calves, and his hamstring, and basically overall size. He's really added so much size and dimension to his physique. And let's be frank, he's come in first in his last few bodybuilding shows, and I think the year he has taken off, which was basically last year, served him well. You know, he has revealed that he's been training a little more frequent, but he's lessened the volume. So that's a training principle that, you know, we can learn from. That's how he brought up some of those lagging body parts. I remember last year when he competed in a bodybuilding show, he had asked the judges what they wanted to see in his physique in terms of improvements. A lot of them mentioned calves, more hamstrings, and sort of like other smaller body parts like forearms and stuff like that. So he's really putting in the work, and it definitely shows. Now, let's talk about Mike Sommerfeld for a bit. Now, what would happen if the judges were to reward Mike Sommerfeld as the Classic Olympia guy? I think that we're going to see the emergence of the mass monster in Classic Physique, only because a lot of guys would try to emulate his physique, but they won't be able to, because he really has those classic lines. He has great proportions. He has a thin waist. So a lot of guys would just put on mass, blow out their waist, and you won't have that same sort of beauty and aesthetic that you find with guys like Mike Sommerfeld. So I really think that those guys who are going to play the size game in an attempt to look like Mike Sommerfeld, I think they're going to fall short, because he's another guy who has the cheat code. I don't even know if Dino's going to be in the conversation. I think he slipped a little last year's Olympia. He had a hard time getting it together on stage. And as for I'm sorry, man. I know he's a great guy. I'm sure he's super popular, but aesthetically pleasing, I think I prefer the bodies of Ruff Diesel and Mike Sommerfeld. You can leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'll keep the video short. With that said, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.